Hi friends, it's Chris, and on this video we're going to have our day 8 for Inktober. And I didn't post yesterday because yesterday here in Baguio City there was a minor major earthquake that took place. It was a strong 4.8 earthquake, and then um it's exactly we were at school and we had to evacuate the children. It was kind of a scary moment because definitely, like, it just shows how unpredictable the planet we walk on is. And coincidentally, the prompt word for today is heavy. Day 8 is heavy. I'm recording it right now at around 6 o'clock in the evening of the 9th here in the Philippines. So I'm a day behind, but I took yesterday as my moment to rest. But anyway, um, the earthquake yesterday and the prompt word just suddenly made me think of a clear vision for heavy, and it is Atlas. Without further ado, let's get into the voiceover mode while I'm trying to compete with the passing by cars. And let's talk about Atlas, his story, and his symbolism when it comes now to modern day. Hi, friends. So, for today's prompt word, heavy, it was a perfect opportunity for me to draw this figure. But I'm connecting it to the recent incidences that took place yesterday and the past few weeks here in the Philippines. Last week there was a huge earthquake that devastated Cebu, and now yesterday there was an earthquake that took place here in Baguio City. And earlier this morning, there was another report stating that there's another earthquake that happened, this time in Davao. So it is something that I'm concerned with, and I'm calling out to people and friends. If you have the means to, please donate to people or to organizations whom you can trust to help these people who are afflicted by the recent earthquakes. I have my PayPal below, and if you want to, I will wholeheartedly and fully donate these things that you will be giving and sending in. That would be greatly appreciated, and we continue to pray for the recovery of these victims. Now, for heavy, I chose to draw Atlas, and I was conflicted between two mythical creatures, Atlas or Sisyphus, but in the end, I chose Atlas. Atlas is a titan condemned to hold up the celestial sphere, or commonly depicted as the weight of the world on his shoulders. I focus on rendering the muscular anatomy, although I don't know how successful I was in that scenario, but I'm happy of the turnout. Atlas is not just a figure from Greek mythology, he is a universal symbol for the heavy burden we all carry in various forms. Whether that could be physical weight, the literal physical labor, or maybe even our bodily weights that we all carry. I myself share that insecurity. Emotional weight, like grief, regret, and unspoken words. Existential weight, which is perhaps very profound, which is the weight of responsibility, the knowledge of things that you aren't meant to know, or things that you carry deep inside of you. One of the most significant weights that we carry is that responsibility and expectations. And just like Atlas, who was burdened by the divine decree, we all often are burdened by societal expectations, which are the pressure to succeed, to be productive, in contrast to Patrick Starr's simplicity from yesterday. We have our personal responsibility, carrying the family, maintaining relationships, or fulfilling our commitments, and self imposed pressures that we have, the standards we set, the ambitions we wish we are going to achieve, and different goals and milestones that we seek to have accomplished at certain points. These expectations accumulate, pressing down on us like a celestial sphere on our shoulders. The drawing becomes a contemplation on how much one person can or should carry before they break or collapse under the heavy load. It is the relentless grind of keeping it all together day after day. However, the image of Atlas speaks an incredible strength, endurance. He doesn't crumble, he persists. It isn't about glorifying endless suffering, mind you, but about acknowledging the resilience of the human spirit. Sometimes, part of coping of what feels heavy is simply accepting the burden, just like Atlas's faith. The strength is also very important. Our inner resolve is very important to move mountains, to carry the weight with dignity and persistence. And of course, we have to also treasure moments of respite. Even Atlas had Hercules briefly take his burden. That reminds us the importance of seeking help, sharing loads, and finding moments of release and support. The heavy burdens often forge us to make us more empathetic, resilient, and capable of understanding the struggles of others. Because of this drawing and the recent incidences, I'm reminded of this quote that I have on my wall that says, "You don't know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have." My drawing heavy today is a tribute to everyone who, like Atlas, carries a significant weight. It's a reminder that we are all bearing something, and acknowledging that burden is the first step towards managing it. What feels particularly heavy on your shoulders right now? And where do you find the strength to endure or the wisdom to seek help in sharing the load? In my work as a counselor, I have heard stories of people carry heavy burdens and heavy loads of responsibility and challenges that they're going through. And it's always important to find people who will help you and things to keep you afloat. To me, there's my friends, my family, and also my pet cat, and of course, you guys in this hobby. So right now, friends, I'm using some pearl white watercolor just to add some sparkle to the globe, to the universe that I want to paint as what Atlas is carrying. So here, I hope that this turns out well. Let's see. So I got my brush loaded with that pretty white watercolor, and hopefully it blends well with the ink. If not, then I'll just go at it with one more coat of the inks, and I think it is too dense. Yeah, the watercolor is too dense, so I'm tapping into the inks that I use just to sort of tone it down. And I think I picked up way too much of the pearlescent watercolor, and that's okay. It's part of the process. It's a happy accident, as Bob Ross would call it. It wasn't a happy accident. I frantically tried to add more of the black inks just to dilute the sparkliness a bit because it got a bit garish. Okay, friends, one thing that I have to draw the curtain back a bit from you guys is actually when I'm working with very wet media and I'm getting impatient, I use an iron to dry off my piece. Like, legitimately, for the whole month of October, if you see a painting wherein there's this like very wet background, or like I use too much water on a page, if I get impatient with it from drying out after a while, if the surface is already dried but the paper is still feeling wet, what I do is that I use a flat iron just to dry it out. Who else does this? Let me know in the comments. And I don't know, I just wanted to like share it with you guys, and maybe if someone does this, please let me know. Ironing it is twofold. One, I want it to dry faster, and two, I want the tape to peel a bit easier. So what I do with the iron is that I just dab it. I plug it in, and then once it's hot, I unplug it, and then that's when I touch it to the paper, just to make sure that the paper doesn't get too hot or continuously get hot. And then once it feels dry to the touch, that's when I start to use either my pens or my colored pencils. Sorry to cut that voice recording off. There was already a lot of cars passing by. So anyway, right now I'm finishing off this drawing by adding some spirals of galaxies. I don't know if it reads well on this angle, but to draw in the galaxies, I have a spiral, probably two spirals chasing each other, just to create that idea of a galaxy. And it turned out well. And then I added random dots, pointillisms, just to get the point of the galaxies across. Seeing the final drawing now makes me happy because at least to some degree you have an impressionistic perspective of the anatomy, the muscles, especially on the major muscles such as the pectorals and the biceps and the leg muscles, which is something that I'm excited to go back and study because it's kind of fun. I like the idea of it. So yeah, that's it. That's the video. This, friends, is my drawing slash painting of Atlas carrying the weight of the universe for day 9 of Inktober 2025 Heavy. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I hope you guys are staying safe. Like, I'm praying that all of you guys are staying safe. If you have, the resources to do so, my PayPal is down below. If you would want to donate to those victims of the recent earthquakes here in the Philippines, I'll let you guys know where the donations that you're going to send in the PayPal will go to on a transparency report. But I do hope, guys, that you're all okay. And if you're a fellow Filipino, mga kapatid, tara magbigay tayo at tulungan natin ang mga kababayan nating kailangan ng ating mga tulong. So guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day, week, month, year, and I wish you all the love, and as always, peace. Take care, everybody.